I hit the go live button. The first thing that happens is that I sneeze. Hello everyone, I'm late. I am a late boy. Thank you for focusing, camera. I appreciate it. A lot! Anyway, I'm here now. I have no good excuse. 5 minutes before stream, I had a sudden biological urge. There was an evil inside of me, and it needed to be released. I put the wrong goddamn date on the frickin'... This is what happens when you go to bed too late. You make mistakes. You make mistakes. You make mistakes. Right, I'm going to correct my filthy mistakes. My filthy, filthy mistakes. Wow, I legitimately beefed that a lot, didn't I? Okay, how are we doing today, chat? Hello. No worries, mate. That was probably too much information. And anyway, hello, Night World. Congratulations on beating me to my own stream. I was, oh, darn it, and I didn't say which... on Twitch. I need to say where I'm streaming this, otherwise people won't know, even though there is a Twitch link. We're starting late. But we still have time to inspect the the wacky robots. Robot emoji and thumbs up emoji. Professional streamer. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, today is the correct date. Very good. Post that over there. Edit this. Because otherwise it's going to bug me. And guarantee you somebody on my Patreon Discord has already been like, bruh, you put the wrong day. And that's okay. I deserve to hear it. Hello, Monster Kicker. Oh, hello, Monster Kicker. Long time no see. Anyways, why are you licking the bull out of a hill? Time to have this on the background because I'm driving for the next few hours. Hooray! Nice to hear that I can be background noise, John McFist. No poop, hold it in bonus. Sure thing, I met you. Just like, no, it's stream time. And then at some point during stream, you see the poop come out of my ears. And then won't you be sorry? I'm also late because I was supposed to be to my crop for the weekend, yet I'm still one drone behind. All good, Night World. There is honestly no rush. We have so much to do with this damn thing. Alright, did I put there... Huh? I thought I posted this. I guess I didn't. Oh, the frickin'... And now I've posted on Blue Sky twice. Because I'm a fool! A foolish fool! And hello, Orange! Welcome to the streamy stream. Streamy, 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 stream. Oh. Ugh, screw it. Screw it. Screw it. Screw it all. Screw it all. Screw it all. Ooh. I need to look at that later. Okay then, let's go here. And what else can I do? I can go here. We can go into general. Whee. What the hell? Okay, I have to read this out. Alright, Sean Reed says in the Platona General Chat, to whom it may concern, in Platona Test 10, the Agathis and other hovercraft spawn in, for some reason, spawn in on the player's team. Gonna need more context. Is that, like, in the campaign itself, or... Mean a desire? Okay. Okay, nope, it's not an issue. That's just a thing with CCs in the designer. Whew. Okay, then. I love how sometimes Twitch turns out to not send my message for some reason. I have no idea what was even wrong with the last message, lol. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch does be twitching. Okay. I have successfully spammed the universe that the news that the stream is going in. We're 5 minutes into the stream, and we're almost ready to actually start. So yeah, I'm so good at this. I am the best at this. Okay. Platono hub, there we go. Whip your head back and forth in a panic. Ah! Okay, there we go. Right, so that is pinned. Good. What else do I need to do? I already have the spreadsheets open. Mostly. Well done, me. I've already checked the workshop, too, so we got two things. To look at before we actually start looking at the Stone Light presents. Hooray! Okay, let's just open that in a new tab. We go over there. Funny thing about the Cram sound effects mod, I keep forgetting to link it in the description of videos, and that is kind of embarrassing. Alright, let me show you, good people, where we are on the mighty spreadsheet. We have done the Carve Dominion, so now we gotta go through and do stuff with the Stone Light Presents. And the Stone Light Presents is probably the most neglected faction in this whole thing because their whole shtick, they're very hard to build for. Like, especially in, like, past rule sets for them, they're just really hard. Anyway, the music is complete, though. 1, I seem to have misplaced the hardware theme, and 2, the evil part of me wants to redo, like, 1 or 2 tracks all. You can if you want to, Monster Kicker. Like, it's okay. Like, again, this custom campaign has taken a while, so you can take the time to make it how you want it. Alright. What did I want to... There's the Hercules, by the way. New Steel Striders, AC-130 style gunship. Very good. Okay, what was I doing? Looking at the stuff for the workshop. That's what I was doing. So, the first thing is the Glacave Specimen, which is an attack helicopter by Sean Reed, has been updated. So, we need to go look at that. First thing first, have I forgotten anything? Nah! I've forgotten nothing. I'm so organized. Okay, but it took me like 2.5 years for 7 tracks. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, maybe, alright, so 7 track, 2.5 years. 2 tracks would be... Can someone else do math on, like, how many tracks... Like, how much time it does to do 2 tracks then, going by the current rate, as said by Monster Kicker? Because, I can't do math. Alright, wait, what am I doing? I need to download the things. So, first the Specimen rebuild. Go over here. Alright, and Blue Spark, I think this is a new thing. I just want to check that this new Stone Light submission, there's actually room for it. There might not be. There isn't. Unless, yeah, no, there isn't. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but we could have a look at it. Wait. Although it is, I think this is a rebuild of something, the Basilisk, by Blue Spark. Well then. Well then. Shuffling tabs, shuffling tabs, shuffling tabs, oh yeah. Shuffling tabs, shuffling tabs, shuffling tabs, oh yeah. Just checking that Blue Spark was the original author. They've submitted a lot of stuff, actually. Aha! Ooh, alright, so this, I think this is a replacement for the Basilisk. It was a fighter, now it is a bomber, I guess? So that's nice. About 3 tracks per year? Oh, yeah. You know what? That does make sense. And that was... Alright, disclaimer. I went to bed quite late last night because I was trying to get, like, editing done. And... yeah, might have had coffee late in the day. And might have realized a little bit too late that, bruh, you are not going to do a good editing job right now. So that's my excuse. It's not an excuse. It is a reason for poor performance right now. We get tired-wise, but it's a specific kind of tired-wise that is, a silly person. Alright, so let's just hop into the designer. I do want to see the specimen first. Alright, and we also need to find the specimen on the spreadsheet. My eyes just started hurting. Uh-oh. Alright, so the OG specimen, by the way, had a lot of issues with it. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this! Does it have decals anywhere? Alright, so... Aha! So this is a fairly, kind of typical thing with the helicopters in general. This has turrets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh? Ah, this is technically spin blocked. This is technically spin blocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. Oh dear, Sean, this is a bit of a whoopsie. Yeah, whoops. Whoops. Hello, Frost Dragon Professor Trap. Yo, my inspiration for this pile of crap is on again. Wait, what? What? No, it's so funny because I composed the entirety of the boss theme within like a week. The long part is waiting for my brain to switch from my other forms of autism to music autism. I understand. Get the editing done so it can render overnight. That was my plan, except the footage in question was like 2 hours worth of footage to like cut. And after I ate dinner and stuff like that, it was like 9 p.m. I'm like, bruh, you don't want to do this. And then I stayed up too late anyway. Also, I graduate trade school tomorrow, but that's not as bored as music/J. Congratulations for Monster Cake. Everyone, congratulations on the graduation. And Panturtle, hello, you do see a board of my stream. I like the way the blades go up and down. Very cool. Yeah, this does look pretty cool. Does that clip, is the question. Hold on a minute. Aha! Ah ha 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 ha. Very clever. I do like that. Like, the blades, the rotor still seems a little bit small for the size of this helicopter. But, like, it still looks pretty good. This is a bit of a whoopsie back here. This technically is spin wheel up. I don't think this was intentional, though. It doesn't look intentional. Let's see here. What are we doing with the sub-objects? That is basically just a honking big pack turret, and this is not a hard fix. You just got to move the small jets back 1 more meter, and it should be good. Actually, hold on. So, let's just check where the thing should be. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this needs to be back. Whoops. Just 1 meter. And then it will be good, because this technically violates sub-object shenaniganery rules. Because if this turret was not on a sub-object, it would be restricting the force of these jets. But it is on a sub-object, therefore it is, and we want to avoid that. And it's one of those iffy things, but meh. Okay, grats the con. I meant this game as a pile of questionable stuff. Right. Hooray! I inspire your FTD-ness. To be honest, not sure where I was going with this one in terms of deco. Thought it looks right though. And yep, I thought I saw some orangey deco here. Right, I have notes, and I'm gonna type those notes actually on the Steam Workshop. Much improved. Very nice. Few things to do. There's 1 rear small jets breaking sub-object twins rule. Just need to move them 1 meter further backwards. Right. Rotor is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Still looks too small relative to the rest of the helicopter. Also, I need to go check the other notes on here. I mean, any larger than the hit bonuses won't add up. Even now they don't. Well, yeah, like, that's fine. That's okay. There's no rule against that. For the hitboxes to not... to deco bigger than the hitbox in this case. We don't have a rule against that per se, and goodness knows I did that on the what was that friggin' giant hind impersonator I made? So yeah, so let's just have a look-see here. Whoops. Alright, so hello, city! Border noises. Ah! So if we go here, and what is this? Whoa! Oh, thank you, Elival, and hello. So even something like this. So what do we got here? Not that. So up-down scaling like that. And, oh boy. What is the deco here, actually? The deco here is a connector. What the hell? So what I personally like to use for helicopter blades is like what you do if you really want long rotors is that you take the 8-meter long recoil absorbers and you flatten them. So I'm just going to demonstrate right here quickly. Actually, if we do off, we do that, and you are still off, and that means we can actually see what we're doing. This is something like what I mean. I don't want to micromanage this too much. So... ah. Oh, this isn't even on the tip of the blade. Interesting. So instead what you can do is something like this. That was incorrect. Why did I do that? Do something like this, something like this. And then you do wing material. And scaling, maybe 0.5, something like this. And then you could do wacky stuff like this. Hee hee hee. Then you have a very long rotor. This might be too much, but this is something. This is something you can do. Let's just really make that a lot thinner. Let's make that a little bit wider too, and let's make that detail. Line with mirror. Right, so that is possibly a bit much, and they would need to be a little bit broader. But something like that, because tiny little rotors for a big helicopter, it just kind of looks funny. That might be just my personal bias, though. If other people are fine with it, I don't know. I use missile connectors since they have grooves in them. Ah, and it's in the thin. I think it looks better than record. Otherwise, made a stick. Watch out, he'll poke your eyes out. Poke, poke. Alright, so there's that, and there's rotors. Let's have a look-see in here. Alright. Aha! Look at these. Ooh. Wait, these are... Ooh, those are going to fall off. Those are going to fall off. Something... Wait, what? Huh. These have very low clearance. I feel that could be better done, but Also, warning to people using ducts for armor. The devs are onto us, and they're, Sean has plans. Oh, wait, there's also a lot of single surge protector spam. Is there a reason for this? Alright, so there's a little note there. Can cut down on port count by using larger surge projectors. Lots of 1 meter ones. That, again, that looks like something that's just like you're just in the zone building and you're not really thinking about it. Like, yeah, this as well. Like, unless... Is there a specific reason for this that I am unaware of? Because as far as I'm aware, you might as well just use the big ones. There's no stat difference, per se. Damn you, Sean. Well, we can do a rebuild stream after Duck's reword. Yeah. Yeah, like, well, also, yeah, we are gonna have to see what is changed with ducts in order to, like, before we do anything. So don't panic. Well then, Sean makes something that lets you... counter PO with. It's Sean the dev is S-E-A-N as opposed to Sean who made this thing. We have multiple Seans. We have Sean of the Dead. That is another Sean. Alright, so we've got injector here, we've got turbines, we got lots of plasma. Alright, so we've got APS, missile, particle cannon, and plasma. Alright, let's see how this thing performs. Does this have custom jets? Holding it up. It does not. Also, wow, that is a lot of surge protectors. Also, this is almost 600k. Let's just compare this to the... Let's compare this to the... Also, I need to modify the stream thing because it's misleading. And other stuff. And other stuff. There we go. Alright, let's go find the OG specimen, which I think is in here somewhere. Alright, so this thing... Aha! See, there was a lot that needed to be done here. This is basically a complete rebuild. I actually kind of liked where the kind of vibe of the OG specimen. It just was... I don't know, it just... Let's look at what our notes were for the specimen. Specimen. Click. Wow, Sean just completely ignored the whole stealth heli thing. Alternatively, okay, maybe they just didn't go with that. Is that alternatively, sink rotors into body and give it a black paint job. Does not need to drill gatherers, can cut down on surge protectors. Okay, yep. Can cut down on material storage a lot, preferably. Yeah, so this thing is like 500k material storage. How about this thing? Alright, that's more reasonable. More reverse power needed, longer engagement distance needed, get shot in the face, frontal armor needs redo. Wow, I do not know how to spell correctly. Get shot in the face, or needs to be way more evasive. Let's... Well, we're gonna have to see how evasive this thing is. It went from air whale to attack chopper. Air whale. This doesn't vibe like whale. For some reason, this reminds me more of an insect. I don't know why. Some kind of beetle. Alright, so there's that. I mean, there is stealth chopper vibes to this a little bit, apart from the garish colors. I mean, and also technically that propeller is sunk into the hull a bit. Alright, let's throw this thing against a thing. Just to see how it does. Just to see how it does. Right, let's throw it against... What's a 590 materials thing? Let's throw it against the plasma cutter and see what happens. Try adding dazzle camo. Okay, question. What are the performance characteristics needed for this aircraft? Alright, good point. Let's go find where it lives. Helicopter. The specimen is supposed to be a hard... design. So it should be pretty formidable, and it should be able to punch above its weight at least a little bit. That's the idea. The new design fits more with some of the other helis from what I remember. Alright, so Sean went through... Yeah, because I basically said in the notes, the aesthetics needs to be on par and consistent with the bone saw, which is a very pretty thing. Where is the bone saw? Lots of spin blocks for size, yeah. So we'll spawn in the bone saw for a comparison right there. Ooh, pretty missiles, I like. Oh wow, I didn't even look at this thing's armor. Aha. Right, so 95% versus 97%. I need to double check where the plasma cutter is on the spreadsheet. Plasma cutter is a hard design. So we've got a fast broadsider versus a frontsider. This thing might need more turning. It is actually getting outmaneuvered a little bit. Wisdom. Well, not the bones, so more the hammers. Ah. I think the hammers also have the same note saying needs to be aesthetics on par with something else. Alright, this thing is now got a... This thing has problem... Yeah, alright, this thing needs way more turning. Alright, yeah, that is an issue. That's a bit of an issue. Whoa. Oh, alright, so if we spawn on this fella, just need to do a little aesthetics test. I mean, Sean did say the thing does tend to tip in the water once enough damage taken. For AA with the anti-submarine and anti-surface warfare capabilities. Okay, good. Okay then, can it defeat mediums at its cost? Good question. Let's find a medium that costs like that. But first, I want to put this next to the bone saw to see if brief was met. Mostly met. There needs to be more pale colors on it. Yeah, rotor definitely needs to be bigger. It looks a little strange. And yeah, what's a medium design? Because one of the things I'm noticing is that these helicopters is that they are hella chonk, which is understandable given FTC, so I want to suggest maybe not having a single rotor on it. You mean not having a single rotor or not having any rotors at all? Because yeah, I am gonna mention here, yeah, I can agree with that. One rotor is also a weak point. Yeah, actually, does this thing fly just with the main rotor? Hold on, let's see. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. This thing actually uses... yeah, alright, so a single rotor is fine in this case because it is using, like, jet engines to fly as well. So that's okay, but really what this thing needs is a tail rotor, mainly just so the thing can actually maneuver better. Something like the Chinook, yeah. I think the Chinook isn't really needed for this design, but it does need like a big tail, I think. So I'm gonna mention that. Whoops. Let's go here. Order for aesthetics and extra turning. She does need it. Alright, so yeah, something built out here for a bit more extra turning. Especially because this is a front sider, it really needs to keep its snoot pointed at the enemy. Okay then, and we've got rubbery skids, very nice. And we've got... Is that fixed plasma guns? What is this? What is this? This is... interesting. I'm not sure why there's like extra plasma guns just down there, but I guess there you are. That split tail could use a rotor, but yeah, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, we could stick a rotor in there. Maybe there was supposed to be, but like, just wasn't. Medium is premium. Hello, Azusa! Dies in efficiency loss. Could just copy the top rotor onto the bottom. No! No. Do not put helicopter rotor on bottom of the helicopter. That makes it hard to land. Hello, me boy, soup indeed. Not sure why, very exposed plasma, not sure why Sean likes to do that on his graph, but this isn't the only one. All sizes are good. Actually, big tail might help too. I think this needs a big tail and a big rotor. Also, can this thing strafe? I don't think so. Turn that off. Right, so lack of strafing is probably going to be an issue. Alright, let's throw this thing at a medium design and see how we do. User, go away, and 590. What is a nice, juicy, expensive thing? So, specimen. Let's throw it against the plummet, just to see what happens. Alphabetical, what's the plummet? Where are you? Plummet. 1, 2, 3, 4 should do. That's probably not the most up-to-date plummet, but it's okay. So the plummet looked like this. Oh. I just realized these are little cram things. Pound for pound, how are we doing? Alright, against crams, this thing should do absolutely fine. Okay then. What is this? Alright, this thing needs more reverse gear. Wait, can it reverse at all? Oh dear. Oh, Sean. Oh, okay. Yeah, this thing is doing a pyre in that it's kind of flying over the top of things. What target are you going for, my friend? You're going for that one. Okay. Ooh, yeah, okay. Doesn't need to work. Shh, looks cool. Doesn't need to work. Okay. Still can't get over the gravitas joint. Landing, expanding. We've got tractor beams. Word of wisdom by the... Size is less important than how it's used. Yep, spinny death blades all round. Sean doesn't do armor much. Exactly. Why land when hover? Uh-oh, poor plummet. It has thrusters on front and side which could contribute to strafe, but I don't know set up to do that. Also, it does have thrusters under, but they aren't enough to actually fit. You yuck, it's the old one. Ah, should probably... Yeah, this thing is currently getting bullied by medium hover tanks. Oh dear. I do deco it that way to fit it over the side. Well, turrets all. There's some of the back things. Yeah, the rear faces small jets are the reverses on the tail, it seems. Now I get, Pirate's just a dense brick. That is a very slow for a hard ship. It's also just face planted into the water. We might have to dial this down to medium, folks. I might... This thing needs to be more hard. This is a promising start, but it needs to be more hard. You are very out of contextable. I think FTD should really have thrust reversers, honestly. Pyro's alright. And he said, no, sploosh. It's a 10 plus. Otherwise, that's an easy currently. Yeah. Yeah, this thing is, oh boy. Oh dear. Alright, this thing ain't quite ready yet. Needs more time in the oven. Right, needs more reverse gear. Thrusters are blocked. Honestly, given how thin a lot of the armor is here, I would just do away with a lot of, This is also an interesting... Why is this? Why is this? How is this? This is not good armor. What? I mean, oh, that's anti-hatch. That's spool liner. Oh dear, no. No! There's also this kind of problem here is that, like, going from the front, right, you got layers of armor and stuff. We got... Why? Why are there two 360 cameras stuck on top of each other? That seems kind of silly. Right, you're gonna have to pass this around a little bit. Okay, what is this? What is this armor? What is this? What is this? Is this the new meta I'm unaware of? The opposite, right? Bonk. Oh dear. That's an easy, like a congressman without Viagra, there's nothing hard about it. Keck. And bonk, bonk, bonk. And Nightwill's like, and Frost Dragon's like, none of that was down bad. It was, if anything, not down bad. The opposite, in fact. Okay, but doesn't hash not even work like that anymore? Doesn't hash use an average? It does use an average, so spool liners do work, just not as dramatically as they used to. Gonna have to pass this around a little bit, but also found with the hell is that the most hit place is not the front, but the frontal underside. How's it there? True. I repeat, Sean doesn't do armor much. Very true. Even the craft really, really needs it. Sean has insider info on the newest Gmonism video on armor. I think that's kind of savage. Okay, yeah, the chin armor is a little bit lackluster. It is a layer of metal and a layer of wood. Over here, it's even... Oh, yeah, no, that's not good. Oh. Yeah, this needs a bit of a redo again. Ugh. It is better. It is better. That is a lot of surge protectors, man. I think, yeah, we need to dial down on the surge protectors and just place them more strategically, I think. Where the hell... I think Sean might be very scared of EMP. There is... This pack turret is... interesting. It has ammo right next to the engines. Admit it, this build is not that compact. Alright, so there's also the thing that, it has multiple just layers of not very good armor. So here's the thing. The front detection here is behind somewhat mediocre armor. And then we've got some more mediocre armor here. And here is, like, jets and stuff, which are kind of important. And then there's another layer of kind of mediocre armor. What is this? Like... I'm wondering if this, like, I don't know, does this need to be tested or something? I don't know. That armor, slow, weak turning, oh boy, yeah. Sean armor is thin compared to my armor is already thin or usually, and unlike me, Sean doesn't use evasion to compensate. I mean, it was the area that was destroyed in the first fight. Thin armor, slow, weak turning, oh boy, I bet this thing ties to Primoris, yep. All the ammo and fuel in one spot, the beams are orientated in the worst possible way. Which beams? The wedge front and wedge back armor is okay, but very situational. What kind of situational? I think I need to do Yeah, metal offsets apparently are not ideal, and regular wedges are better. It's layered armor, but the layers themselves are not very survivable. This thing kind of needs... Frontal armor is very strange. Yep. Needs better reverse. Tends to fly over target, which is not ideal. Armor layout is very strange. Needs rethink and redo. Much improved. I like how I say much improved, very nice, but then there's this long list of criticisms. Are we even gonna get to Stone Knight today? Ooh, very pretty. Very pretty, very pretty. Wait a minute. Alright, so here's the problem. This thing tends to fly over the top of targets. I would actually suggest... needs to be way more evasive. Needs to be way more evasive. It is meant to be hard. It is meant to be hard. And... what else? What else? Needs to fly in a way that weapons can aim at... that all weapons can aim at target better. Can be on target better. Okay. Also, this is a very short broadside distance, actually. Like, 1,000 meters is not... what is this? If this target moves out of this view cone, then we will turn to retreat. 180, reverse movement only, left evasion time. This thing doesn't have any strafe. Actually, hold on, let's... alright, ultimate science, let's throw an indestructible commodity at this thing. Oh, no. Oh, those thrusters are not set up correctly. They are not set up correctly. What is this? No, that's no, we don't want that. Yeah, no. We've got thrusters set to both strafe and yaw. That is a recipe for disaster. Not good. The exterior is okay. The thing is just begging for its guts to be rearranged. I feel I should bonk you for that, Azusa. If this was my CC, I would send this back for revision. That's basically what's going to happen. I can see the front armor. Maybe add reverse. There is reverse, it's just blocked. Okay, I also forgot to mention that. Very strange. In front. And reverse jets. In front are... reverse jets in front are... locked. Alright, I'm going to do an experiment now to see if this thing can actually... oh, what's it? Turner and Turner and Turner. This is why you kinda don't want your thing to respond to too much stuff. Alright, let's just... alright. I'm going to give an example here of how to do things. Turner. And I'm going to turn the strafe off. Turn that off. And I'm going to go to the hover controller and jack that up to maximum. And hopefully, that can do things. Are we reversing? We are actually reversing correctly now. And now... because here's the thing with frontside is you don't technically need to do strafing to be evasive. You can just bounce up and down. That can work just fine. Whoops. Let's go... commodity. Can this thing maintain? And if it bounces up and down like this... alright, it is flying straight at the target. It is... alright, so part of the problem here is that going forward... Wait a minute, what's this? What's over here? Okay. That's going there. We've got things set up... Hold on a minute. No free route behind. Right, these jets. Right, so part of the problem... Yeah, no, this is not good. This might need breadboard thrust vectoring. Okay, so propulsion systems... Individual propulsion systems are set to too many inputs. Too many to separate out. Pitch, roll your. Pitch, roll a bit. Breadboard thrust vectoring would work better if you want more maneuverability. I don't know how to spell maneuverability. Alright, I know how to spell. Wow, I cannot spell at all. Oh boy, we have notes, we have notes, we have notesy, notesy, notes. It is very fast in a straight line for a frontsider, yeah. Problem with having... Oops. Those are too close to center line of mass to help with roll. Yup. Why is roll on that? Good question. There's only so much you can do with Deco that shape, to be honest. Kind of like me, except not nearly as fun. This is... Why is rolling that? I don't know. Setting thrusters to both strafe and roll is okay if you aren't using one during combat. Well, strafe and yo. Sorry. What do you mean? Doing both can work, you just need the weights to be fine. I mean, yeah... Personally, I never have really good luck with getting a thruster to do more than one thing at once. I have much better luck. It does one thing, but that one thing can be changed through thrust vectoring. That generally works better, I find. Because that's more idiot-proof. Bearing in mind, the From the Depths AI is kind of stupid. Those are too close to center of mass to help with roll. I would suggest that this be a tilt rotor if not for the side turrets. Responding to multi-axing can work fine, but requires more testing and tuning. Hello, Ninja the QE! First chat. Is the only hard part about this is what the creator without thinking when some of the third Hickory was being made? Possibly? Like, making hardcraft is very difficult, and, like, I appreciate Sean even, like, having a college try at it. Also, to be fair, it was I who decided that this thing should be a hard design, based purely on its cost. And yay, reverse. Problem with only having one thruster is that less thrusters total are set up to do each job, so less redundant. Personally, I find that you get thrusters blown off less if you have them, like, doing one job and doing it well. Build preference. Very fast in a straight line for a frontsider. Also appears to have no engine power left. Yeah, there's no real reason for it to be fast. I mean, faster is better. Engine power might prove to be a problem, sire. Yep, I think he hit the add propulsion buttons in the AI. Yeah, this needs bread if he wants to do this. If there's enough power to slide the batteries and the jets... Good question. Let's spawn in an indestructible commodity again. And look at things. Yeah, no, the batteries are gonna... The batteries are not keeping up. Ooh, well, good point. I'm happy today. Hooray! Good to hear it, Azusa. I'm betting the lack of power can be solved. The yaw could work, but the pitch with just power is not going to work when the so goes to the center. I think this thing needs to be simplified somehow. Space inside the craft to add a few power bricks. But for now, I'm happy today. Okay, good. Pitch to target goes to move forward, and they can't counteract that. Ah, thrusters should focus on thrusting. That makes a lot more sense. We love thrusting. We do. That's good. Good. What's got you happy? That we do. Someone needs a cold shower. I keep forgetting to have cold showers because they're not fun. Also, this thing is now maintaining its, is now managing to maintain its distance just fine. I suspect because I was just messing with it. Or a dunk in the sea. Baron's sub count is very high, and yesterday some folks were talking about how polished and tuned it is. Oh yeah, shout out to Barons of the North, Azusa's little custom campaign. And the tournament she's running. This can be fixed, thrust is getting blown. Borderlands 2026. Damn you, Azusa, energy is going down, but slow. Oh, well, there it goes. Pack. Never mind, once it runs out of engine power, battery gens faster, and plasma. So this thing drops bombs? Those look like torpedoes, actually. This thing just fell out of the... Ooh, Sean. Ooh, no, that's not good. This thing just ran out of power and fell into the ocean. Like, literally nothing was shooting at it. Okay, that's a problem. That is a problem. You need to put this thing through the ringer. Like... I feel some combat testing actually would have, like, revealed this kind of stuff. Does not have enough power. Runs out of... Does not have enough power, or... What? Thank you, I'm actually... This also has ion thrust under it. I think that's draining more engine power than it should. Bro, wait, what? Okay, this thing just... this thing just torpedoed itself. That's a problem. Thank you, Duker. Ooh, why ions? Yeah, this needs a turn back at the workshop. Yep. Alright, this needs to be passed along. Ooh. Oh, goodness. I just elbowed my headphones cable. Ugh. Oh, dear me. Problem is, it's pretty now. We can't throw it away. Give it a little more thinking, yeah. What was my notes here? Yeah, this thing is currently losing against nothing. It's losing against itself. Unfortunate. Electricity generation runs out of battery and falls in the ocean after a bit of time. When target is not even shooting back. Ooh boy. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna have a little vote here. Because Sean has now rebuilt this thing. And we do need to move on with Stone Light, do we? We have a Stone Light design to look at. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And also, I need to add new notes to the frickin' new version. Okay, beat the commodity to win. Can it beat commodity? I think it's trying to do too much at once. But that is a challenge with Glakave, because their whole thing is supposed to be versatility with like a whole bunch of different weapon systems. That does make it difficult, and it's best to make each individual weapon nice and simple. So, yeah. Okay. I actually am going to fling this at equivalent cost commodities just to see if we can do it. Does not have enough power while electricity generation, runs out of battery and falls in the... Does this have laser defense? This is the thing that people tend to forget. It has 4 smoke dispensers, which is better than nothing, and that should cover everything. Can't keep up with the demand of all the firepower weapons as required because Glakave and hard, yeah. Needs more engine power at this size. It really should have a steam setup inside it. Maybe. Good question. Okay. Let's repair all. You know what could help as well? If you're having trouble staying in the air, convert everything to alloy. When in doubt, alloy is good. Suggestion to reduce weight and therefore power consumption. Convert all metal to alloy. I actually really want to have a go at redoing this. Just tweaking a bit because I think... boy. I shouldn't do that. I have enough to do. Metal to alloy. Quick, dirty solution, but it can work. Alright, so... This thing is actually flying better now that I've messed with the propulsion a little bit. You know, maybe I should only accept Deco and Drug when they're done functionally to avoid something like this. Yep. What does the engine even look like? That's what I was about to say. Alright, so in terms of power, what is it doing? It's got fuel engine generators... Power creators... Why is fuel engine generators? Alright, so it's got 3 fuel engine generators and 5... Why does it have electric engines? Oh no! Wait. Okay, where batteries? There. Why does it have 5 electric engines? How many? Redundancy, I guess? Electric engine. Why does it have, like, so many separate electric engines? Why does it have electric engines at all? That's probably why... That's why it fell into the ocean, because its weapons, its plasma and particle cannon is using battery power, but it's also using battery power to fly. That is the opposite of redundant. And here we have a little injector engine just going in there. Yeah, the power needs like a full overhaul. Having everything run off the batteries is not a good idea. Whew, boy. Oh, the steam generators aren't even density optimal. Yeah. Oh boy, times 2. Did my best with the shape I was given. I struggle to optimize energy, and this is worse than anything I've made in a long time. With multiple examples of that work confined at this price point and cheap for that matter. Whoop. It's a good-looking craft. Yeah, it's always something like this. Good-looking craft. Well. Can confirm alloy is good. Alright. Do my best. Oh boy. Steam electric. Oh, the steam engine aren't even there. Vehicle with a mediocre engine functions the same as a vehicle with a good engine, except the vehicle with a good engine is slightly cheaper but slightly less materials. Oh, so that's why it's such absurd amounts of energy storage. They relied on it for engine power. This is medium and huge. I think huge we should do 2, not 1 for density. Right, so... There's a lot of stuff that is not optimal. That is not optimal. Not optimal at all. Not optimal at all. Not optimal at all. This rear pack over here just feels kind of unnecessary. Honestly, I would just remove that. I would just remove that because, like, this thing basic... Wait, is this locked? It is not locked. It is locked. Huh. Okay, well, that thing could basically only aim forward and slightly down and is... Yeah, I would just remove the particle cannon, honestly. I would just remove this. Let's see how much cheaper this is. Now we have clearance. And now the thing flies. Flies better. Okay, I'm gonna... Also, I know how to spell aesthetics. Aesthetics. Rotor... Sub... Okay, alternatively, just remove that turret. It has a very small angle of fire anyway. Okay, relative to the rest of the craft. Also, the 3 weapon sets was done for small craft. So one of the Spirit of Glow craft to have 4 weapons on larger craft like the old rules, in my opinion. I guess. Points for trying. It's not that much electricity and there's a big pack and 4 plasma. I would remove... Honestly, this underslung plasma is so exposed and so vulnerable. I would get rid of that as well. Alright. Peak density once more time. Bloody engine defense I can provide. In much trouble. Is the pack overclocked? Should I add a 4th weapon? Nah. If you want to, I think it would fit well. There's space to add something that doesn't hog the power. It's not the rule, just... Though I don't think I even follow it. I sure as hell don't follow it. You kidding me? Okay, let's check. That pack looks like it. I have a sneaking suspicion that it is... It is slightly overclocked. Okay, no, not that bad. It is not that bad. Okay. We can salvage this. We surely can. Bomb cram since it flies over anyway. 1.2 is reasonable. I mean, it shouldn't fly over. It's too slow and not armored enough to fly directly over the top of stuff. I do love this cockpit, though. That is so nice. That is so nice. Underside plasma turrets are very exposed and have a very small field of fire. Underslung plasma. It is very exposed. Only has a small angle of fire anyway. Angle of fire. Anyway. Okay, yeah, lots of notes. Lots of notes. This was meant to be, like, the start of Stonelight, but this helicopter, I swear. Do you think that's enough for now? I was like... It's also... Folks, watching this, in the Plutono custom campaign Discord, when Sean asks for help with this, because I encourage him to... Help, please. This thing needs TLC, and we can come together and do work on this. Alright, so... Back in the Plutono CC... Or 2. People will help. Cheers. Honestly, the internals kind of just need to be run. Otherwise, I think that's enough for this one. We've been sitting around bullying it for an hour. Well, constructive feedback. Sean tends to make quick designs that are fairly different from most other things, which is nice for diversity, especially in Concavi. It's just that usually they fit easy, medium, at best. We could just demote this thing. We could do that. Underside armor, single layer, needs more armor there if it wants to fly above stuff. Catches name Specimen pretty nicely, yep. 1.2 is reasonable, and didn't test enough. Otherwise, is like Sisyphus in this campaign is his boulder. Well, no, not really, because... No, it does roll back sometimes. Whatever, I'm just gonna leave... remember to... do combat tests. A lot of these issues showed up immediately when I spawned. When I had this craft fight stuff. Oh, excuse me. Ah! Two people will help. Cheers. Okay. Okay then. So there we go. Post. Are you kidding me? Okay then. Alright, so my feedback here is too long for Steam to possibly handle. God damn it! Comments must be less than 1,000 characters in length. My foot! Okay then, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sean. I really am. That's the Tupelo, thank you. Bare minimum, the engineering issue needs fixed. It's not even easy now that we know it's non-functional. Well, yeah, non-functional. I had ductwork on my front side because of that, yeah. What was... I don't think non-functional vehicles should belong in easy, even. If you're suggesting we remove this, I mean, that's up to Sean. If Sean's sick of working on this, that's okay. We can just remove it. Split it up into two like last time. Should not have non-functional things. Copy into Notepad. Post two comments. Yep, I did. Oh damn, I forgot dinner again. Not suggesting removing it. Not remove, just not accept the update yet. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I am not gonna do that. Okay then, I need to eat more coffee. Sean, I love what you do. You just need to make it more functional. Just needs to be more functional. Doesn't take that much work to make it functional. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is salvageable. It's not like a complete nightmare. The old one does work, at least far as I know. Yep, it does. Honestly, like, yeah, like... It doesn't take that much work to... Okay. I wouldn't allow it in any campaign to discard site. No, I'm not. I'm not. So, update. We're moving in the right direction. But, more to be done. Okay then. Right, I am going to vanish and eat coffee, so... You can't see me. My time is now. Alright, where's my coffee break button? I found it! Salvageable? Yes, but that needs to be fixed first. Yeah. Eat coffee. Best of luck. Hell yeah, I'm just gonna take a spoon and eat it straight out of the jar. Okay, I'll be back soon. Please don't go anywhere. Please survive the ads. Hopefully no ads show up which are AI generated. I have coffee. I have coffee. I have coffee. I have coffee. Life is good. Okay. Alright, headphones. Headphones and face. I need both. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, go away and go away. Alright. Chat, let's see what it is. As user says, let's watch for Pinar. Whoever even submitted that. Ooh, Board of Wisdom. Board of Wisdom. Drink water before coffee. Coffee is a diuretic. It will make you pee. Oh, 5-second ad. Today is my lucky day. Nice. I got an ad for a company I've worked for, lol. And 3 ads. Ugh. Sorry. Return or something. We did not do it because it was easy, but because we thought it was. Yep. To be fair, I never at any point thought that doing a custom campaign would be easy. I just, it's just way harder than I thought it's just infinitely harder than I thought it ever would be. But don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. It did. Still feels like a good time. Give the wisdom. Drink coffee, be happy. Tastes like happiness. Alright. Did any penis show up? Did I miss that? Did I miss the penis? Okay, we've roasted the specimen enough. We need to move on to other things. I need to rename this. Hold on. I need to make a note for the VOD of this. FTD1. We roast a helicopter specimen. ... Oh, no, again, so sorry, Sean. Like, it's tough, I know. To have people, like, take your stuff apart, but, like, Sean does take it well, I think. Oh, boy. But the main thing is, like, yeah, combat testing. Alright, so this is the new Basilisk. That is... What am I looking at? Right, so this thing is... I see Deco Flicker. I think. No, what is this? Alright, let's go here. Store my presents. Very plain. What does this thing's deal? It is particle cannon. So, is this meant to be a replacement for stuff? I might need to... What the... Aha! This is a... Oh, right! I remember this thing now. Was this an accidental re-upload? What is this? Look at you, Tokyo, drifting around. The little fangs. Forgot about that. This needs deco. Does this have any deco? It has 77 decos. What? No, Pinor. I have found an issue in my missile drone. Ooh, time to move on from the broken craft to the broken faction. Yeah! I feel like we're all gonna get a lot of no problems crafters on the oh no, everything is gonna have issues. Everything is gonna have notes. What the hell is the... I need to look at the old Basilisk. I don't remember it very well. It's been a long time since we've looked at anything. We also really need to... Basilisk upgraded. Hold on a minute. So that is... Right, so that is... 779. This is the same... These are exactly the same cost. I do not know what the difference is. So that's upgrade. There's some deco flicker up there. Why? Why was the... Oh? Why... It literally doesn't need those ducts. It doesn't need them. Wait, what? Is that what changed? Let's see here. Let's see here. That is... Aha! That's not what changed. I think this is the exact same blueprint. And I should just save this for when I get to it. Oh no, this is the exact same blueprint. Was Mr. Sir. Okay, so let's just double check here. The Basilisk is version 19, and this is... that's version 20. One thing changed. What is the one thing that changed? What is the one thing that changed? The workshop does not say... The workshop does not say, A small moment based on Stick Legend said that none looked into his eyes. Maybe behavior changed. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Attacker 1.0 with flyover, and that's charge. Okay then. Right, well we might as well look at the Basilisk since we have it here. I am here to relieve myself of the headache I gave myself from cat bashing. Nice one, Death Pancakes. Alright then. Just functional wise. Funky little guy, indeed, I am here. Kit bashing can be fun, I say, having done one rather simple kit bash of Assault Squad on Great Nights. Welcome, we have just moved to Silent Presence. Why are the intakes like that? I don't know. I genuinely do not know why the intakes are like that. It's got eyes, the snake eye stalks. We'll be stuck on Stone Line Presence for the next 3 years. Oh god, I need to actually finish the... Novella. Is that how you say it? Novelia. Good, it's almost last, so I get the full 3 years. I was trying to repose my Condor Betrayer somehow I would butchered his arms. But green stuff is my savior. Who reposing scary for me, at least, since rather go down. Well, people are so interested in this. Okay, so... Yeah, alright, so... Which one do I like? Here's the thing, I've got so many bloody, probably so many bloody notes to do on the Basilisk. That, like... Okay, so this is the... new one. It's got a shield projector pointing straight down. It actually has shield projectors, but it uses wings. Admittedly, it uses internal wings, which are better. Right, we need to fling this against a commodity just to see what happens. Alright, so... did they post an updated blueprints, is the question. Updated blueprints. No, doesn't look like it. Wow, the last thing to go in here was like... Alright, Pamoxylon full rebuild. Anything about the Basilisk? When was this done? This is recent. This is quite recent. This was done 17th of June. Okay, then. So, yep, nope, it's not an updated blueprints. Right, I'm just going to go with... Right, I'm just going to... There's like almost zero difference. One has, literally the only thing that seems to have changed is behavior, so... We're gonna load this in, we're gonna save it over the other... Not Gokave, what am I doing? For now, I'm gonna replace this blueprint just so we're all on the same page, but ye gods, nope, I'm gonna have notes on this. Still my presence, Basilisk, and... B451, B451, get rid of that, this is the latest version, and I'm just going to, while the snake is zooming around, pudding for sure. Because I'm going to be writing notes on it. Updated Basilisk by Blue Spark. Alright, don't look at my folders! You looked at my folders, how dare you? How dare you? How dare your entire face and body! Oh, how dare you! Alright, let's go over here. Let's go find that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Maybe I should check first. Alright, I'm just gonna go quickly check the blueprint library to make sure that this thing wasn't already put there. Although, that's really doubtful. That was like yesterday. Hang on a moment. Alright, so we're just gonna fling you at a commodity so long, because why not? Go forth, you little... Go forth, little snake man. Go forth, snake. I have no control over anything. I have no control. It's not firing at the thing. Okay. Log, where is it? There it is. I have found the password. And let's So let's go to Store My Presents, Planes, Basilisk. Last modified 8 months ago. I think I do. Oh, let's go over here. Just gonna put this. Where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put this? Oh yeah, I'm going to put it over here. Yes! Did this thing... I heard Paxfire. Oh my god, it's done no damage. It's done no damage to the commodity. Oh gods. Alright. Oh no, this thing is not heat-proof. Not heat-proof at all. Alright. Shibbity doobity dibbity dibbity bobbity bibbity bobbity bobbity boo. Bibbity bobbity bibbity bobbity boo. My brain. Someone help my brain. Oh, there we go. Oh, it just EMP'd itself. Ooh, why is everything difficult? Why is everything difficult? Alright, so there's the Basilisk, and there... Okay, yep, version 19. Alright, so we got that. Right, I'm just going to delete that, and just to make absolutely sure, I put this there, so I put the Basilisk. Delete that. Okay, this is the new version. New version I put over here. Where the hell am I? I'm here. Planes. Deck modified. There we go. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Right, I need to catch up on jet. Is that a functional radar dish on the front? I don't think so. I think that's just meant to be a tongue. Right. Alright, trying to repose. Da, 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 da. Almighty soon-ish. Oh, yeah. Soon, trademark, yep. Functional radar dish on the front. Functional snakes actually orient themselves by radar. Yep, true story. Little known fact, but then how do they orient? East. Is it by sonar? Sometimes. Sadly, we don't have smell-o-vision EFD as an AI detection component. Man, can you imagine? Okay, this thing just lost a fight with a commodity, and that is very sad. Mannequins should have 3 meters of smell-o-vision detection. On that side, it's rather difficult, although it could cope via evasion or just staying further away, but it's a flyover attack, it's a time for U-turn. Ooh, desktop. And this is like an easy, in which case it doesn't really matter, I guess. It is an easy design, yeah. I mean, it's not that bad, a bit weak for an in-game phase. This thing does need to be... Alright, Stone Light... Just every design, while changing as little as possible, should be... Well, the easy design should be changed as little as possible, so right. Let's have a look-see. We need to make notes here. We need to make notes. We need to make notes. We need to make notes. If we do nothing else, we're gonna have notes on... We're gonna have notes on this guy, so... I'm just gonna move my bookmark along. This is a gigantic spreadsheet, I do have to say. It is huge! The spreadsheet is huge! Alright, so we've got structures here. And we're gonna leave notes on this. Right. It is the 18th of June. Happy Pride and 2026. Starlight. Presents. Starting with Basilisk, because an update was posted early. Was posted on the day of stream. And let's go there. And there's all ready for notes. And now we go find the Basilisk, which actually isn't that far along. It is in the easy section. We are skipping ahead a little bit. Alright, so let's review this. This thing does not need to be made out of heavy armor anymore. In fact, it's probably better if it isn't. Okay then. Alright then, does not need to be made of heavy armor. It's too small for that to be helpful. So, notes. Does not need J too small for that to do good anyway. Should switch to U-turn combat behavior. Alright, what else? Whoops. Actually, let's just do aerodynamic view. Wow, I never noticed that. Okay, so let's do that. Jet ducts do not need to be elevated. Do not need to be elevated above hull. Cheeky. Okay. Ooh, I guess it's time for U-turn. Unless this is like an easy, in which case... Okay. I'm gonna be real. It's so funny that they're called Basilisk, because I named the boss theme Basilisk. I only found out last night. LMHO. Get that theme to play when this shows up. You know what else is easy? Azusa! No self-deprecation. The Inatus? Oh yeah, it's very easy. Alright, so... Yeah, so immediately this thing could be made a lot cheaper. Alright, so spaced armor either needs spaced armor or needs to fly way faster. It needs spaced armor or needs to be much faster and more evasive. Alright, let's double check. Here's this over. It's no overclocking. Okay, cool. We have one big jet here. Oops. Oops. Is there any thrust vectoring on this? Nope. Really could use Red Bull thrust vectoring. Could use bread board thrust. Ask for help if needed. Help if needed. Wings are expensive and unnecessary if you get it to fly properly. Are not needed if you tweak flight settings right. Needs more pretty. Can go nuts with stone light deco, provided it doesn't skewer anything important. Okay then. Tongue can be decoed. Alright, so this thing moves like so. I'm gonna mess with this thing now. Heavy armor, convert that to alloy, refit. This thing, hopefully, should be able to turn a lot better now. I'm also going to change the behavior to with U-turn. And if we do that, now let's see how it does against a commodity. Oh boy, the wings. Oh, the wings. Oh, the wings. The wings. The wings. The wings! Does this thing have any pitch control? Not really. Aha! Baby's first plane, not to sound condescending. I mean, the wings almost work as, like, spaced armor. Alright, let's be cunning and clever. Custom wings, custom control surfaces. One, two, three, four. And all the way in the front here. 2, 3, 4. That's better. And now we need some roll control. And we can do that like where's center of mass? It is right there. We can put roll control. And whoops. I'm messing with this thing now for giggles. Why did that not? Oh, that wasn't painted. Ooh. Roll and roll and roll, and I might just chuck this in Stone Light. Just an example of what to do with this. This thing is now much more responsive and can do things. And it is way cheaper. Where's the commodity? There it is. Okay then. Hello, Tungsten Cube. Discovered a thing about Ibiza. The thing is big and a radar made it, and it's surprisingly flight-worthy. Just forgot to record it, but you can trust me. What are people saying? Okay. You know what else is easy? The Anatis? Yeah, the Anatis. Alright then. Anatis is OP. Actually, Anatis is basically direct command was going to nuke on the armor scheme. Beat every boss in a Plutoner in a 4v1. Just forgot to record it, but you can trust me. Just decided the Anatis is terrible on its own, but okay with grouped with other vehicles. Okay, hey, wings are cheap, and it means it doesn't have to pitch up as much as go upwards, which is good when it needs to look at something to fire. That's a good point. Maybe I should give wings more of a go. Space Snake. Craft propelled by only wings and sails should be in Plutono. Yeah! Feel we're a bit late for Hauer slots. We can place all the drops on the Plutonia with wings and sails. It'll work, trust. Drone Swarm actually won against the Redeemer from my players. Nice! And you could also have it earlier vertically in the center. For all. Hey, can someone give me a name for a cruiser? Jim! Why is your hydrate so expensive? Because I don't want to drink too much water and then have to pee! Alright, so now let's see how well your thing does. Let's see how well your thing does. Why is the particle cannons not firing? Alright, I've just decided I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, this thing is now made really of paper, so yeah, this thing kind of needs a redo. Let's see there. Altitude relative to target. Let's make combat altitude like really low. Also, hold on, maneuver. Let's throw you against the commodity. I am officially distracted right now. It's all good. Can these packs even fire decent? Okay, we got issues with that. Yeah, scatter lenses. Hold on a minute. We feel the fire is 30 degrees, so this thing needs a rework. Homework needs to be able to solo commodity. Test requirement. Must be able to solo our commodity. Okay, that wings are not needed. These were pretty. Tongue can be decoed. Pack has very small field of fire. Recommend mounting on turret as a stylized snakehead. Yeah, you could just have a little pack bull turret on the front, and it can go wiggly. Hey, and you can make the rear an Azajet. That'd be really cool. Suggestion. Mount main jet on back. As a jet. Make it look like Wiggly Tail. Okay then. Okay, alright, that's probably enough for the basilisk. I do like the eyes. Ask for help if needed / wanted. Okay then, cool. That's enough for the Alright, there's one Stonelight Craft. 1,000,000 billion more to go. And that is like literally whoops. Whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy, oops. Whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy, oops. Oops, 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 oops. Oops, 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 oops. Right. Right. Hello, craft inspection ongoing. Cheers, and there we go. Posted. I'm the poster of the post. I am the poster of the post. I post in the post. To post the post. To post the post. For it to do much good anyway. Grammar is important. Alright, next. Alright, now we can start right at the back. The zero is 450 and hydrate is 6. The salary? What? What do you mean the salary? Wait, what? Serendipitous, he survives on coffee. Hydrate equals piss. Take that, drink all the water. Wait, I think I missed that. Hold on. I wish that one day we would get new cooldown back. Yeah, I learned the hard way that chat will try and drown me. Go piss, guy. Dang, seems like the upper class can afford the hydrate regime. You can't afford water in this economy. My wealth is uncontested. The salary is 450 and hydrate is 600. You can't afford $100. You have to drink water no matter how much you refuse. I do! Good swap that lands with vertical enter. Yep, okay, there's another hydrate. Sadly, I'm saving up and this can't pay for water. I'm out. You're trying to buy a boat. Same. I'll use boat without water though. The boat may fly. That should fix the issue. Maybe. Thank you, Duker, for the hydrate. Okay. We've got to at least look at the first Stonelight Craft in the list, which is the Dark Phoenix. Which is probably going to have similar criticisms. Wait, no. First, I need to... Okay, Dark Phoenix, Aethon, Twin Sage. Looks like birds. Alright, everyone enjoy the main menu for a second while I go download blueprints. Okay, Platona Craft Library. What do I want? I want the Dark Phoenix. Download. I want the Aethon. Download. And I want the Twin Sage. Or Swin Sage. Or Twin Eagle. That's the one. Twin Eagle. That's the one. Alright. Oh! That nuke didn't nuke very well, did it? Okay, so let's go over there. And now let us go over here. I do this. Do this. Where is the planes? Some updated planes. There you go. And one of my planes is in here as well. Wait, I think the Aethon is my design. I completely forgot. Oh, multiple frogs. Or geckos. Issue a godly stone knight. No! Must do it in order. Okay, 4 minutes 30 to next step order. At 111k points. Am I the 1% for once? Yes, John, you are. Yes, finally stone knight for real. Boo, a huge category to slog through for any Minecraft will appear. That gives you time to fix them. Probably inflation is great. I think someone said that in one of the games since they never used them. Probably. Usually just hit stretch when I want Borderwise to look at chat. Which is probably a good idea, honestly. I'm surprised how you don't just impulse redeem canoes as soon as you have the opportunity. Click a training border. How do you make those turbine things that rotate to turn instead of using a thing? Prop hub. I could never. Okay, let's hop in here and do the thing. Okay. Starlight updated, planes. And D4, Dark Phoenix. Just gonna delete the old one. And Aethon 437, 437. Alright, so this is the thing I made. Little jet. Okay, Aethon and 7W1. 7W1. Which is the same version, so that's all good. Alright, starting with... we gotta look at the Dark Phoenix. We can at least look at the Dark Phoenix. Alright, so I think I remember this. Alright, so it got missile, laser, particle cannon. Restrictions are off here. And again, Stonelight Craft are kind of weirdly slow. Let's see. Dark Phoenix is an easy craft. Let's throw this at... and this thing has thrust vectoring, but does it have just pitch? Right, alright, so... yeah, so this is a thing, I remember looking at this and thinking this. This thing can... what is this? Alright, so those are Airlons. Now D-missiles. D-missiles, alright, so... little particle tubes and their wings, which are disguised. I actually want to change that because it's like, alright, so first things first, don't completely hide particle cannons. Player needs to see them. Don't completely deco hide. Backs players need see them. Alright, what else, what else? I know how to spell completely. I'm a sensible boy. Players need to see them. What else, what else, what else? There's that. Again, we can extend the custom jets to be like... run down the whole length of the thing. Go there, could extend them further. Could potentially double the length of the custom jets. Can double the length of the CJEs for more speed. Hold on, let's just check here. Breadboards. Pitch roll. Okay, this is basically the exact same stuff I use. Aha! Nope, that is good. Thrust vectoring. Jolly good. Alright. Right, can use deco to tidy up the color variation. There's that. To tidy up color transition. Transition lines. There we go. Aren't spin blocks easy to break? It depends where you put them. You mount some propellers on a spin block and set the angle to control whatever you want to control it. Make sure they're properly... They're slow because it's made of hacking stone. All the competent people use for their battle ship. Oh, you mean azapods? Use them all moments, so I'll never be in position to consider that routine. Click a training. Brother, we're going slow enough through the spreadsheet as it is. Actively make sure to use them all moments, so I'll never be in a position. Also realize I read 11k, not 111k. Yeah, I don't think... What is the redeems? So I have infinite, because... No. Fine, get started, whatever. Otherwise remove border noise, border hydrate, build a border canoe. Can I... Ah. Yeah, it's 50,000 for the canoe thing. Okay, can you not? Okay, there we go. Alright, I need to catch up with stuff. I suppose they're slow because it's made of hacking stone. On spin blocks easy to break. A copy of Thrust Factory from the Bobbitude just prefabbed it all. Nice one, Oliver. Nice one. Nice. Cover him in heavy armor. Your wise about. If we could get to the Almighty today... We're not getting to the Almighty today. We're going to struggle to get through the Phoenix. Alright, so... material... restrictions... lifted. Can use... alloy for... better... maneuver... How do you spell maneuverability? Seriously, I keep... maneuver... God, what a terrible word. What a terrible... maneuverability. Maneuverability. You'd think I remember how to spell it by now. Right, so... this thing is made completely out of stone. Oh, this thing already has alloy on it. Oh, cool. 3 years. If we keep the pace of 2 grub per stream, it'll take around 15 streams to get there, which is... 15 divided by 2, which is about 7 weeks. Oh boy. Ooh, thank you for the stretch. Maneuverability. Thank you, Nightworld. I did figure it out. Actually, I'm being told, I don't know, freaking... This is how... Let me just show you where it is. So this... Where's this? Okay, so I'm just gonna show in here. That's how Google tells me to spell it. There's apparently an O in it? Alright, so I have an O because my whole machine is set to use United Kingdom English. So ye olde English. So... which is 7 weeks or 2 months. I have no idea how to use heavy armor. When in doubt, don't. Alright, so there's that. Could mount head on top. Wait, what is in the head? Is there anything in the head? Oh. Ooh, what is the field of fire on this? The firing arc is not very big. And again, don't decal hide the laser either. And laser... Just gonna put a note there saying like we can mount laser on turret which is head. Can make laser look like long beak. I seem to recall I did make a Stonelight design at some point that was like Ibis themed. I do not remember what it was like. I think that was the Mama Wyra. I think. I don't know. No, it was the Thoth. It was the Thoth. I remember it was the Thoth. I don't know the optimization. I just use the last thing you put in armor layer. That's pretty good. Oh, it spits at you. Maneuverability. Putting it on the inside is better than putting it on the outside. Yeah. I always say about heavy armor is that, like, you know, it's weird. It's weird stuff in that it's armor, but you actually don't want things shooting at it so much because it is so expensive. Alright, let us have this thing fight another thing. This thing should... What's an easy jet? What is an easy jet? What is an easy jet? Let's go find an easy jet. Let's go find a Glakave fighter bomb. Let's throw this against the Sympagic. Because this is a later faction, it should... Let's go find the updated Sympagic, actually. Let's go see here. Whoops. Alright, where are you? Glakave updated. Planes, Sympagic, which is cheaper. Right, so... missed. And just took EMP damage. Alright, that's not good. Alright, so... Alright, so the thing about the Sympagic, it has the advantage that it does not need to look like a bird. Those packs are also really weak. The Sympagic just kind of buggered off into space, though. Wait, no! Oh, I remember this! The Sympagic actually can fly in space. It has ion engines. I do wonder if the wings could be animated too. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Spin. Make and have no drag. Alright, so homework for this. Alright, should be able to able to 1v1 the GD Sympagic. Wait, did I do this correctly? Sympagic. That's nice homework for us. And I'm just going to do this. Then I'm going to take a screenshot. Just go into stream. Was the suspension already checked over? Hello, Sean! I have bad news. There's a long list of changes that need to be done with the specimen, and I apologize. But do not worry, people can help you. Yeah, you have notes of the workshop. The specimen has notes. Oh, that's a lot of time. Yep. So, Sean, do not be afraid to reach out for assistance. Because I was tempted to rebuild the specimen this stream. Because I like the direction it's heading in. It just needs optimization. It needs a lot of optimization. I'll take a look-see. Thank you, Sean. The specimen got absolutely cooked for an hour. That's a rather negative way of saying it. It is an improvement over the old one. I will say that. Alright, bird. What else can we talk about with this bird? Actually, yeah, we could extend... Oh, yep, CJEs. It can double the length of CGGs in hull and wings. In hull and wings for more speed. Can use deco, mount wings so they can flap. Combat testing, manual restrictions. Materials can use ally for better maneuverability. Forgot to say that for the basilisk. They look like long beak. So basically, what we want here is better. And we need some kind of... needs at least rudimentary spaced armor. Spaced armor. Or be very vulnerable to heat. Very vulnerable to heat shells. There we go. Okay, so direction arrows pointed the right way, but not long enough. Bird needs to poop on things. Bird needs bombs that are decorated to look like bird poo. I mean, this is a phoenix. We could duct tape a flamethrower to it if we really wanted to. And that is to attack run 2.0, which I am never fond of. 70,000 bucks is a lot. Alright, so in case people are wondering, actually I think Wait, I can remove that. More alloy than really, because let's see there. Hang on, I need to double check my rules with Stonelight again. Stonelight presence, materials, any. Okay. Right, so material, yeah, we could use external alloy for Stonelight. Selective fragments can be really mean, I speak from experience. Yeah, well, that's the pyrophyte, ain't it? Yep. It's firing feather duster missiles, very good. Alright, I'm going to fling this against the commodity, because I can. I'm in fact going to... Behavior needs to be... Alright, so here's the thing with Attacker on 2.0. It's kind of bad. So one thing I could recommend... it does also need to be an easy design, so there is that. So we can refill that, refill resources, and commodity, 2 commodities. This thing was already flying. Yeah, laser has very small field of fire. Yeah, okay. As it is now, laser has very small field of fire. Do 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 do. There we go. Okay, laser is going pew pew now. Specimen notes on the spreadsheet are still the same. I'll need to rewatch the VOD. I posted it on the workshop, so... Workshop page. The reason they're not on the... You know what? I am actually gonna go and... But the URL for that quickly. Oh, Steam Workshop, right. How does it visit? Well, we've seen it against the Sympagic. Actually, yeah, just good point, Sean. I'm gonna go find the notes. Gonna go find the notes I just made. Where was I? Alright. We'll find that. What the? Hello? Wait, did this not... Aha! Okay, good. Right, just need to do that. And while the commodities are shooting at the... I nearly called this the Dragon Falls. Let's go here. Specimen. Click, click. Right, I'm just going to do a sneaky thing on the spreadsheet. Let me show you what I'm doing on the spreadsheet, just for Sean's benefit. So, I'm going to go here in this note, going to do that. Submitted. Update. And go over here. Over here. There, and I'm going to go over here as well and put it on the spreadsheet as well. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. Specimen, specimen, specimen. Gonna show you what I'm doing over here as well. Specimen has a lot of notes. Actually, I'm gonna put that above. This thing now has more notes. Right. I don't know why I put so many notes there, but there we go. Steam Workshop. I see. I'll do work. Thank you, Sean. Thought that was the snake test. Nope. Looks alright, but the Eternal Seed work. Let's work. Alright. I go for a while. I believe food is right. I am hunger. Bye, mate. See you, Monster Kicker. Engine's a big part of it. If you need them, let me know. Nice BW. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate your work. Muchly appreciated. Okay then. What do I do? Alright, so the Dark Phoenix is winning. It can take on 2 commodities. Very good. I think that's all the notes we need on the Dark Phoenix at the moment. Did I put this in? Okay, I think that's about it. That should do for now. General rule with Stonelight now, for the easy stuff, is make him as hard as possible without changing their cost. Alright, wisdom. Order wisdom is remember to arm your bird correctly so it can destroy cargo ships. Because that is good. Right, let's go back to bookmark. Bookmark. There we go. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. Dark Phoenix. Okay, we've managed to inspect 2 things. We've managed to inspect 2 craft. We are unstoppable. Unstoppable. Flawless victory. Sub-Zero wins. Right, where is the Steam Workshop? Alright, Dark Phoenix. And I'm gonna go back over here. Gonna go back over here. Copy, paste. And your car's doing things. Right. I now put notes in 3 places. Okay then. Comment posted, and we are good in the neighborhood. Alright, that is a stream. We spent an hour criticizing a helicopter that was not in the faction we were supposed to be looking at. I always arm my little bird. Okay then. What else can we do? What else can we do? What else can we do? Alright. Who do we stream? Do we stream Golat? Who do we stream? Who do we raid? Golat streams or Neko Boy Blue? What is... Wait. I am literally gonna flip a coin. Literally going to flip a coin. Because I have so many coins. Right, so... This is a visual representation of how much ad revenue I get from YouTube. I just made myself sad. Okay, Right. Alas, once again I get in here and end the stream. It's okay. All notes have been put in places that you need to be, and... Okay, so... Heads, Gorlath, Tails, Neko Blue, New Zealand $2 coin, Queen Elizabeth II, who is dead, and a New Zealand Heron, who is not dead. Yet, hopefully. Right. Heads, Gorlath, Tails, Neko. Whoop. That was bad. Okay. Heads, Gorlath it is. Yeah, no! I dropped my money! No! I cannot afford things now. Okay, I got my money back. I can afford things. Okay, yeah. See you, Orange. Bye. See you, Sean. Okay. By Night World. Alright, raiding. What is Gorlath stream? Raid Gorlath streams. Also, remember, if you're watching this later on YouTube, remember to subscribe. The VOD channel is almost monetized, which means I can get a whole nother $2 coin from YouTube. And I can pay my $2 bills. Because I have at least one bill that costs $2 multiple times over. Okay, that's enough whinging. Right. Going to raid Gorlat streams. 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 Alright, are you ready? Are you steady? Is your name Freddy? Too bad, we're raiding. See you tomorrow for more Stone Light stuff. Bye!